dress, the swimwear they dress when they swim. And this is not an issue in all Muslim countries, and not saying that all Muslims follow, like what Islam says, because you'll find there's other Muslim countries where this is an issue, and you'll find there's others where it's not an issue.
Earlier this week, there was a video online that showed KEKE Palmer attending Asha's concert. KEKE Palmer, by her own confession, said that she's a big Asha fan, and she was looking to going to the concert. And the dress that she had dressed on was a see-through, but inside she had something like let's say like a corset, or is it a gadget, the one that covers the boobs, and it's one.
Yeah, it was
it
mesh.
Covers both. Yeah. And she looked good. She actually looked good in it. And so the video showed Asha walking up towards her, and KEKE being fan-struck. She woke up and was screaming. And then Asha came and gave her a hug and serenaded her for a few seconds. Didn't even go to a minute. But Asha, being a man, pia couldn't, the angles of the video showing, and alikuwa naangalia and I appreciate the view. Now, a few minutes later in the night, KEKE Palmer's baby's father tweeted a tweet, and she was saying it's something about the modern man. Is it so hard for a man to ask his wife to just cover up and not show up in public dressed up like that? Like you just want a mother to do. And so he mentioned something about her being a mother. She should not be dressed up like that in public. And then he kept on saying about insisting it was about the dress. So people came out in defense of KEKE Palmer, like, wait, yo, she just had a baby and she got her body back looking good. She's enjoying herself. She's looking good. There was really nothing but like, are you insecure or something? So it was a big back and forth on the internet. There were those who were looking at it from the baby father's point, but majority of people are looking at it in defending KEKE Palmer in her dressing. It's like, because she lives with you, did you see her leaving the house? So the issue that comes out now is that bringing it back to us as a society, should we have, what do you think? Should the husband have a say on how their wife dresses outside? Some people are saying that she disrespected the relationship by dressing like that and going outside and letting another man swoon over her in public like that. She should have not done that in public. And others are saying that he disrespected their relationship by castigating her in public about her dressing. That's the big question right now.
Ali.
Yes.
Now, with that background in hand, and thank you for bringing this up, let us get a perspective from the Islamic side, the perspective of a Muslim.
Now, one of the differences between like the Islamic faith, and that's why sometimes people look at us with a side eye, is that we do not question what the Quran tells us. We don't question it. We follow it on whatever issue it is. If it's stories are LGBTQ, if it's dressing, if it's we don't question. This is what has been said, na tumeikubali. So the benefit of that is that whenever there is an issue, and maybe Mrs. Mjuku yuko huko labda ameva njia flani, when we have that discussion, I'm not telling her ni Ali ndo amesema ama ni maoni yangu. Tunamwambia hivi ndivyo Mwenyezi Mungu amesema, hivi ndo Rasul amesema. And we typically, like, if you have like a good Islamic background, there's usually no disagreements on that.
Rasul is
the Prophet.
Okay.
Yeah. This is what he said. This is how he said. But women should dress. There's generally no disagreement on that. So that takes away the concept that wewe unanionea ama wewe una, so it takes that out. So mimi hata nikiingia hapo kwa hiyo argument, mimi sikuji na maoni ya Ali ako na maoni ya vitu vingi. Unakuja tu unamkumbusha aya, unamkumbusha hadithi ya Rasul na mnamalizana. Hata kama akiamua ndakiuka mipaka na nitenda kama nimevaa hivi, atakuwa ametoka na ameenda kwa kukiuka sheria za Mwenyezi Mungu. So that's just how we operate, and I think it works very well for us. Nikifika point pia mimi, I don't drink, but nimeamua nimeanza kuwa stress, so I want to start drinking. Hata kuja kuniambia ati ini tabia mbaya umeanza, atanikumbusha tu Mwenyezi Mungu katika sura fulani, aya fulani alisema hivi. So you see, I will not have a comeback, because it's not based on how she feels, or it's not based on her opinion. And this has worked really well for us.
Haya, sorry, Mika, go ahead.
So I don't want to do this. But
go for it. Kwani unaogopa nini?
I will do, no. I don't want to do this because I understand what I'm saying. Basically, I don't want to feel like I'm doubting religion, but this is an issue that is currently in the world right now.
Yes.
And I think Ali will offer perspective that can help. So in a few weeks we're going to have the Women's World Cup, Soccer World Cup, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have one of the best emerging teams in Iran who are going to play. Now the thing is, Iran wanaambiwa wajifunike, wabaki tu na kaspace kwa uso, wavae wacheze na tracksuit na kila kitu, which is going to be a disadvantage to them. So other teams, even the other teams, are protesting for them. Like, why can't you just let them play? They're women. We're all women. We're also wearing like this. Like, hakuna kitu baya. Wanaweza jifunika, like, if they want to, but don't force them, right? Because they understand that the other women don't want to win from a disadvantage, because kucheza na tracksuit na kucheza na shorts is totally different. One is restrictive, the other is not restrictive. So how do we get over such issues, Ali? Hata tukienda swimming, unaonanga Muslim swimmers, costumes zao ukuwa a bit more, it slows them down. I want to streamline kwa sababu ya vile head yenyu anaambiwa wavae nini, it doesn't align to the contours of the body. So how do we get over such impasses sasa without saying to make you a religion?
Now that's a very interesting question you bring up. I know swimming, for example, a lot of people, even who are not Muslims, have started adopting those full bodysuit swimwear, which is something that I've seen. I don't know why that happened at some point, but they've also started adopting the way, but you see, for example, the way, for example, women, dress, the swimwear they dress when they swim. And this is not an issue in all Muslim countries, and not saying that all Muslims follow, what Islam says, because you'll find there's other Muslim countries where this is an issue, and you'll find there's others where it's not an issue. Hiyo ya Iran on the women's soccer team sijaifuatilia vizuri, but I would like to see, what clothes they're being asked to wear, whether those clothes are giving them a disadvantage. I know, Nike, for example, iliingia katika hii business ya kutengeza headgear za wanawake who want to wear hijab while they're doing. So there's something that Nike has actually made that's working. As far as ball is concerned, I really don't know. But here's one thing that I want to add on to that. Even taking out religion off the picture. Take, for example, beach volleyball. The way the women, dress in beach volleyball. Does that dressing...
Bikini.
Do those bikinis give them an advantage? Because they don't dress... because men don't dress like that when they're playing beach volleyball. So the women, is that dressing, is it based on that's what gives them the best posture advantage, or is there another reason why they're being made to dress like that in beach volleyball? Because wanaume wavai hivyo when it comes to beach volleyball. So ni kitu tu sometimes miwa niko curious about. Sometimes these clothing choices
and
that's what I'm asking. Are these clothing choices based on the fact that this is what gives them the best advantage in what they're doing?
Anyway, ali hapa tumehaija topic ya uno, turudi kwa